Our story begins in the year 2009. Two brothers from a small village in Ireland decided to create a new way to pay and get paid on the internet. They were fed up with PayPal, the big player in online payments. They thought PayPal was too complicated, too pricey, and too slow for today's fast-paced internet. To get their project going, they used the money they earned from selling their previous software startup, Automatic, for $5 million when they were still teenagers. They put in a lot of hard work, coding, testing, and refining their idea until it actually worked. Then, something incredible happened. Just 2 weeks after launching their prototype, they got their first customer. The Collison brothers were over the moon. They had found not just any customer, but a delighted one. From there, their momentum only grew, and today, their company is worth a staggering $94.9 billion. But how did Stripe go from this small start to becoming a global powerhouse? How did it expand from one customer to millions, from one country to dozens, and from one product to many? This is the story of Stripe. The story of Stripe begins in a small village in Ireland, where two brothers, Patrick and John Collison, grew up. They had a knack for math and computers since they were kids, always curious and hungry to learn and challenge themselves. Their brilliance took them to some of the most prestigious universities in the world. Patrick enrolled at MIT, where he delved into the cutting edge of tech and computer science, while John joined Harvard, where he discovered the vast possibilities of the digital world. But they were not content with just studying. They had a bigger ambition to make a mark on the world by solving a major problem: how to make online payments easier. They had already tasted success with their first company, Automatic, which they sold for $5 million when they were just teenagers. Automatic was an online platform that helped eBay sellers manage their listings and transactions. It was a profitable and popular business, but the Collison brothers wanted more. They wanted to create something bigger and better. They realized that online payments were a nightmare for businesses. They had to deal with all kinds of hassles, such as different currencies, payment methods, and regulations. They also had to fork over hefty fees and worry about security risks. The Collison brothers thought this was absurd, and there had to be a better way. They also wanted to take on PayPal, the king of the online payment hill. PayPal was founded in 1998 by a group of visionaries, including Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. PayPal had become a global powerhouse, with hundreds of millions of users and billions of dollars in revenue. But the Collison brothers thought PayPal was stuck in the past. They believed it was too focused on its products and services, and not on the needs of the businesses that used it. They also believed it was too slow and rigid, and not adaptable to the changing needs of the market. So in 2010, the Collison brothers decided to act on their vision. They dropped out of their universities and moved to Silicon Valley, the mecca of tech and innovation. There, they started working on their idea, and they named it Stripe, a name that captured their vision of simplicity and elegance. They wanted to create a platform that would make online payments simple, fast, and secure for businesses of all sizes and shapes. Whether it was a small startup, a large corporation, or a non-profit organization, Stripe would make it easy for them to accept payments from anyone, anywhere, anytime. But what they didn't know was that their idea would change the world of online payments forever, and that they would face many obstacles and surprises along the way. With this vision in mind, the Collison brothers set out to turn their idea into reality. They started working on it in 2009. They were fast and furious, and in just 2 weeks, they made a basic version of Stripe and launched it to the world.
Yeah, so we help internet businesses accept money from their customers. And so this was something that, I had started an internet business before Stripe, had found it was really hard to just, once you've built an internet product, accept money from people all over the world.
The first person to use Stripe was a man named Ross Boucher, who had a web software company called 280 North. He liked Stripe so much that he joined the team later. But Ross was not the only one who loved Stripe. Other developers also fell in love with Stripe's simplicity and flexibility. The first 20 customers were all part of a special program called Y Combinator, which helps startups grow. In January 2010, Stripe got its first funding from Y Combinator, which gave it between $20,000 and $30,000 to improve its product. This was a big boost for the young startup, which was still in its infancy, but things were about to get even bigger. In 2011, Stripe received a game-changing $2 million investment, backed by influential figures like Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and prominent venture capital firms. This gave Stripe more credibility and resources to expand its reach and features. The development phase was a crucible of innovation. John and Patrick, along with their dedicated team members, worked tirelessly to build the initial version of Stripe. The process was marked by countless late nights and a relentless pursuit of perfection. Early team members and investors played a pivotal role in shaping Stripe's foundation. In February 2012, Stripe's journey was marked by another significant milestone. In a whirlwind of investment excitement, Stripe raised an impressive $18 million in a Series A funding round led by Sequoia Capital, with Max Levchin joining the party. The company's valuation soared to a staggering $100 million. Just a few months later, in July 2012, Stripe continued to impress, securing another $20 million in funding. This time, General Catalyst led the charge, with support from Sequoia Capital, Peter Thiel, and other notable investors. By this point, Stripe had captured the hearts of developers worldwide, boasting a remarkable 100,000 developer accounts. But this was just the beginning. Stripe had a lot more to offer and a lot more to achieve. Stripe was on its way to becoming a global leader in online payments and a force to be reckoned with in the world of technology and money. In September 2012, Stripe made a big move by expanding its services to Canada. This was the first country outside the US where Stripe was available, and it showed Stripe's global ambition. The company knew that the world was interconnected, and businesses everywhere were striving to participate in the booming internet economy. By launching in Canada, Stripe was not only reaching a new market, but also taking a big step towards its overarching vision. The company said, "In many ways, launching in Canada is a big step for us. Going from 1 to 2 is often harder than going from 2 to many, but it's only a small piece of what we have in mind." This statement hinted at Stripe's larger mission, to empower businesses worldwide by providing them with the tools and technology to accept online payments effortlessly. Stripe's expansion into Canada was more than just a geographical leap. It was a reaffirmation of its commitment to simplifying the complexities of online payments for businesses around the globe. It was a pivotal move that marked the beginning of a new chapter in Stripe's journey as it continued to redefine the digital commerce landscape. Then, in March 2013, Stripe bought a small company called Kickoff. This was like finding a puzzle piece that fits perfectly into their puzzle. Kickoff was a chat and task management app, and Stripe saw potential in it. The acquisition reflected Stripe's culture of openness and collaboration. Kickoff's founder, Benjamin DeCock, was amazed by Stripe's culture of transparency, where everyone, including founders, operated on the same level, and nothing was kept secret. Benjamin DeCock joined Stripe as a user interface designer, showing the collaborative nature of the acquisition. The details of the acquisition sum were not revealed, but it showed Stripe's commitment to enhancing its capabilities and expertise through strategic acquisitions, strengthening its position as a dynamic and forward-thinking fintech company. In August 2013, Stripe marked another major milestone as it expanded its services beyond North America for the first time, entering the UK market. This expansion allowed the UK-based businesses to charge customers in multiple currencies, including US dollars, British pounds, and euros. Moreover, with the expansion into the UK, Stripe opened an engineering office in London. This move was a big step in strengthening Stripe's presence in Europe and its commitment to providing localized support and services to businesses in different regions. In summary, Stripe's fourth year was marked by innovation, strategic acquisitions, and international expansion, further solidifying its position as a leader in the fintech industry and a champion of simplicity in online commerce. As Stripe entered its fifth year, it was on a roll. It had raised another round of funding, bringing its valuation from $1.7 billion to $3.4 billion in a few months. Stripe decided to start a company called Stripe Press. Think of it as a magical place for books, but these aren't your ordinary books. These are special books designed to help businesses grow and learn. Stripe Press published books on topics such as entrepreneurship, innovation, and leadership, written by experts and visionaries. Stripe Press aims to inspire and educate businesses by sharing the wisdom and insights of the best minds in the industry. The next year, Stripe took on a new role, becoming a bit like a bank for businesses in the United States. They started offering loans and credit cards to these businesses, and they used super smart computers with something called machine learning to decide who gets these loans. By 2019, Stripe had grown so much that they raised another round of funding, adding $250 million to their coffers and making the company worth $35 billion. They also launched Stripe Treasury, a magic toolbox for businesses to handle money. With Stripe Treasury, businesses could do all sorts of financial tasks, like sending and receiving money and keeping their funds safe. And they shared this magic with other companies through something called APIs, which are like bridges that connect different platforms. In 2020, Stripe did something incredibly important for our planet. They created Stripe Climate, a fund dedicated to supporting scientific research on how to make Earth cleaner and healthier. It was like they turned businesses into environmental superheroes by letting them contribute to this fund and help save the planet. After that, they expanded their reach to 5 new European countries: the Czech Republic, Romania, Bulgaria, Cyprus, and Malta. This meant that more businesses in these places could use Stripe to handle their online payments. And then, in October 2020, they made a big move by buying Paystack, a payment company in Nigeria, for over $200 million. This was aimed at helping businesses in Africa manage online payments more smoothly. But Stripe didn't stop growing there. In December 2020, they announced their plans to expand into Southeast Asia, China, India, and Japan. To support this expansion, they hired 200 more employees in that part of the world. And they raised a whopping $600 million, making the company worth $95 billion in total. They plan to use this money to keep growing, especially in Europe. In addition to these expansions, Stripe also bought TaxJar, a company in Massachusetts that helps with taxes, in April 2021. Although they didn't say how much they paid, it's estimated to be around $200 million. This showed that Stripe was interested in helping businesses with their tax-related needs too. And then, in 2022, Stripe took on an even bigger mission. They formed a new team called Frontier. These folks were like the knights of old, fighting against a mysterious enemy called carbon to protect our planet. To support startups working on carbon capture, Stripe secured a lot of money from major companies in Silicon Valley. It was like they were leading the charge in the battle against climate change. Stripe has exciting plans for the future. They want to keep improving by adding new features and tools. They also want to help businesses worldwide, not just in one place. They will work with other companies to develop innovative solutions, and they have the resources to make it happen. It's an adventure worth keeping an eye on. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this one. Thank you for watching and see you next time.